You know, God is still calling men and women to missions. And although God is calling, very few people are responding. People are making excuses. Another excuse goes like this. They say, I'm too old to be a missionary. But if God has called you to the mission field, then you are not too old to be a missionary. And you're not too old to be used by God. In fact, some of God's choicest servants did not begin their ministry until they were late in life. I think of Moses, who was 80 years old when God called him from the backside of the desert and sent him to deliver the nation of Israel from the most powerful nation on earth, Egypt. Remember, it was Caleb at 85 years of age. He was still laboring for the Lord. I think of the missionary C.T. Studd, who at 50 years of age heard the call of God to take the gospel to inland Africa, and for the next 15 years he labored for the Lord, seeing a wonderful harvest for the glory of God. You know, it was the evangelist Watchman Nee who said that God does not begin to use a man until he's 40 years of age. He reasoned this way. He said, in your 20s, you do all of your learning. In your 30s, you make all of your mistakes. Therefore, God does not begin to use you until you are 40 years of age. For over 40 years, a man by the name of Wayne worked as a pastor. His wife worked as a nurse. At retirement, they sensed the call of God to take the gospel to the foreign field. And for the last few years, this husband and wife have been faithfully serving God in Asia, doing a wonderful work, reaping a wonderful harvest for the glory of God. You see, their life is a testimony that nobody is too old to respond to the call of God. And friends, if God is calling, we need to be listening and we need to respond. Because even if you're retired, maybe you're late in life and God is speaking to your heart, do you realize that if God is calling you to the mission field, it's because God has a wonderful work for you to do. Listen, do not miss the call of God and the blessing of God because you use the excuse, I'm too old to be a missionary. May the Spirit of God take the Word of God and bless you with it today.